Married at First Sight, last night was the tell-all. What a season. Here are my thoughts. Last night went okay. To keep this video relatively fast, let's just jump on in. I'm gonna start off with Keith and Iris. Oh man, I am still just like, I just don't get these two. I genuinely thought that they were going to stay together, they were gonna make it, and that just wasn't the case. And honestly, the complete opposite kind of happened. In their interview, I figured at very least they would come out and say, we've been dating, we've been going out, and we're gonna see where the relationship goes, but Keith just doesn't seem to have any interest at all. The whole time during their recap interview, Keith and Iris were fighting. They couldn't see eye to eye on much. And the worst part about that is I still think they have a ton in common, but I don't see this couple ever getting back together unless a lot changes, but I just don't see it happening. She wasn't the kind of girl that would just jump on him and start trying to hook up and do stuff, and I think Keith wanted and needed a girl like that. Iris is just more of a, I don't know if she just doesn't have a high sex drive. I don't know what the word is to describe Iris, but she just wasn't all in on the sexual stuff as Keith appeared to be. And I just think when it came down to it, Keith wanted that, Iris wasn't gonna give him it, and they went their separate ways. And the worst part was Iris actually wanted to. And she admitted if we could go to counseling, try to work it out, Keith had no interest. I've read everyone's comments, everyone has their own opinion. That's my opinion. Keith desperately wants a girl that's aggressive, that wants to do stuff sexually when the time is there, that has a high sex drive, like how Jamie and Amber are. Iris isn't that girl, and therefore they split. And hey guys, real quick, a couple of you people have been asking me how I keep my skin glowy and clean and acne free and kind of wrinkle free. Real quick, I'm not being told to do this. This is actually what I use. It's called Ageless Glow. I actually got this for free, and I kind of get it for free a lot. I just pay shipping. I pay $7. It's like $6.95 for this. Real quick, I just want to say there's a link below if any of you guys want to try it out. It's called Ageless Glow by BioTrust. I was using their protein powder. I think a friend told me. Then I got an email that they came out with this new product. It's pretty good. It smells good. It smells a little strong, but not too strong. It was a free offer. There's no subscription, thank God, or else I would have been really pissed. This thing has literally lasted me 2 months so far, so it looks real small, but for $7, you can't, at least just try it out. So if you are curious on how I keep my skin clean and kind of wrinkle-free, I'm trying to get rid of this wrinkle right here, hopefully. Click the link below. I'll put it in the comments, put it in the description. Try it out for yourself. I'd highly recommend it. It is Ageless Glow by BioTrust. Back on to the video. Greg and Deonna, they're the same. They're the exact same. They're not going anywhere. I do think Deonna is opening up a bit more to Greg, and I think, I am so sorry on this whole camera stuff. I'm using my iPhone. I usually have a different camera, but it broke a couple days ago. So I am just trying to impromptu get this video out to you guys. So please bear with me. But Greg and Deonna, they're the exact same. Nothing's changing. She moved in with him. Greg will pretty much put up with just about anything to stay with this girl, which is fine. I wish there was more give and take with them. I wish that she would open up a little bit more and she would actually appreciate and just understand what Greg is doing for her, because I think it's a lot of a one-way street. Maybe not though. Maybe off camera, she's a great wife at this point. I was gonna say girlfriend, but really it's his wife. So I don't know. They're the exact same. Nothing's changed. They will stay married. They will have kids, and they will probably live relatively happily ever after. I don't think that they're like soulmates and they're really truly in love. I think they're both kind of older-ish, 30s. Greg likes her. Greg has a very high sex drive, by the way. Greg's interested in her. He thinks she's cute. He wants that whole wife thing. Deonna, she didn't date anyone for 10 years. She wanted to settle down, and it just kind of works. Matt and Amber. This one really took me by surprise. I knew they weren't going to make it from around the start, and I had an idea when like I said, when he stopped coming home and he was gone for more than 24 hours, I had an idea, okay, this guy's probably cheating on her and they're probably not going to work out. But wow, it really just, life gets worse and worse for Matt on Married at First Sight. And don't get me wrong, this guy doesn't deserve a break because he should have just waited the 2 months, not cheated on Amber, not gone out with other girls, and then just get a divorce. But he couldn't wait, and he cheated on her in some capacity. He claims that he didn't sleep with anyone while he was married. I have a hard time believing that. Sure, I could be wrong. Doubt it. Very doubtful, though, because if you're out in a bar and you meet a girl and you go home with her and you're that old, you're probably doing stuff. You're not just going to be sitting on her couch hanging out. I mean, you're probably doing stuff. So that probably was a lie, but Amber just went off on him. I mean, she is still upset. You can't blame her. She's taking kind of a bizarre approach to their whole marriage, divorce, and he wants nothing to do with it. He wants to move on with his life. I guess Charlotte's a relatively small town because everyone kept seeing the guy. Beth's friends saw him messing around with other girls. All of Amber's other teacher friends saw. I didn't know. I thought Charlotte was a big town, so I'm kind of surprised. But he wanted nothing to do with the whole entire tell-all. He was uncomfortable. He was pissed. And honestly, Amber, I feel bad for Amber. I wish she would have just left him in the middle of the show when they had their recommitment day, because obviously they just weren't the right match. She did come out and say she has been dating. Matt didn't have any comment on his dating life. They didn't even mention Raven. So we don't know if they'll ever get back together. Maybe one of these days I can have Amber on this show and ask her for you guys if she would ever date Raven, her friend, because I thought they had great synergy. They had a great connection. He cared for her. Maybe they are just like brother and sister friends and it would never work. Who knows? But that was it. It was real awkward, pretty tense, pretty uncomfortable, and they were both in their own ways making it uncomfortable. Matt was really standoffish. Amber was just kind of hitting him with questions, and she was just kind of coming at him and asking all these stuff, and she was talking really fast, and you could tell she was pretty uncomfortable too. It's a very weird situation. I feel for Amber, but I don't want to sound like a jerk, but when she found out that he was cheating on her from her friend Raven, she was hysterically crying, and I mean, come on, that's all I got to say. The way she was crying, you would have thought that her entire family just got mass murdered and she lost her entire friends and family because she was just so hysterically crying. But it's like if you would have watched the show, and obviously she was living it, so she has an idea, you would know, okay, this guy has been gone for over 24 hours. He's left his ring, I think, at least once, maybe multiple times. He's really unresponsive. Obviously something's going on. So for her to be all dramatic and crying and hysterical, I feel for her. It's just a tad bit annoying. Sorry, Amber. Still love you, though. And Beth and Jamie. This couple, honestly, kind of pissed me off. Yes, Beth and Jamie are the couple where Jamie called Beth the C word. And I've said it before in another video. Who the hell uses that word? I mean, it's just, this couple, I've been saying it for weeks and weeks. It seems like months, but it's really just been weeks. This couple, just after a couple of days of staying married, should have gotten divorced. Once you get your 50s, I feel like you're kind of over it. But when you're still in your late 30s or 40s, you still kind of want to get married, some people. And Beth and Jamie are the exact perfect example of a couple that they're old and they just wanted to get married to be married. They have nothing in common. Like literally nothing. Everything about them, they have nothing in common. I would have thought that they should have just immediately gotten a divorce and gone their separate ways. But for some strange, crazy, bizarre reason, they're staying married. So yeah, we can sit here and say, okay, Beth and Jamie, they're still together, but come on, give it a year. Give it 2 years. If they're still together in 2 years, I will just be shocked, kind of. But I won't be that shocked because it's like I've been saying, they're just staying together because they're old as shit and they just figure no one else. I don't want to get back in the dating scene. That's all these two couples are doing. They don't want to be single again. They don't want to have to go on first dates and all that bull crap. And you can't blame them. So they're gonna stay together. Maybe. We will see. I was annoyed. I was shocked. They were really the only couple that I thought was going to do anything. I knew without a doubt Matt and Amber are not getting back together. And I knew that Greg and Deonna probably weren't going to get a divorce. But Keith and Iris and Jamie and Beth, I legitimately thought Keith and Iris were going to start dating. I was wrong again. Keith, for whatever reason, has no interest in this girl. They're gonna move on. I get his point, but I also get her point, and I just think it's not gonna mix. And I think she needs to meet someone maybe in her church or something that's just a little bit more down to earth and casual with the sexuality, and they can kind of grow together. I think Keith is a little bit too sexually active before coming on this show and experienced to start over with Iris. I thought they were going to be dating, but I was wrong. So they're going their separate ways. They'll be friends, and we will see what happens with them on social media. And Jamie and Beth, the same goes with them. I'm going to follow them both on Instagram. I'll try to keep in touch with them. If any crazy news happens, I'll keep you guys in the loop. I thought they were going to get a divorce. I still kind of do. But if they do choose to get married, it's for one reason. Because they're old, because they don't want to get back in the dating scene, and that's it. And I don't even give a crap if they watch this. And if they dislike this video, I really don't care. It'd be kind of funny. But I don't like this two together. I think they're toxic together. I think they shouldn't have got married. They made the mistake. The experts made a mistake matching this couple. They need to get a divorce, and they need to go their separate ways. But guys, that was an incredible season of Married at First Sight. Started on June 12th, ended September 18th, I think, and great show. We will be back with Married at First Sight on January 1st. Technically, I will post a video on the 2nd of January. I am super excited. So if you are a Married at First Sight fan, please stay tuned for many more videos coming January 1st. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for much more.